A new army for you guys. I'm sure you guys might have seen some people cover it before, and it's mass Valkyries. It's unexpectedly strong. I just realized that most of the damage in like this ground spam attacks, like root rider spam attacks, comes from the Valks themselves. So why not just remove the root riders and make our own pathing with the help of some jump spells and see what we can do? It is significantly harder because you don't have too much of tankiness in front of you, so you have to be quick, and more importantly you have to be accurate because your Valkyries may consider just dipping out of the base anytime, so you have to absolutely set the funnel with like utmost precision, otherwise it could go very very wrong very very fast. So that's why we have 13 super barbs in this army as well to help out with the funnel. And yeah, that's about it. I'll take you guys a little bit through the hero equipments and the choice of how I really like execute the attack in some replays. So let's just get right onto those. First base over here, you can see like these bases are so deliberately set up to have the core isolated in terms of the defenses that are there on the base. So you'll see like it is a completely isolated defensive core, and we've got a lot of heavy defenses sitting in a ring kind of like outside over here. So all in all, honestly, this is a pretty, it looks like a good base for root rider spam. It could be a little challenging to push that core, but we have Valkyries and we need to kind of push our way through. So I just noticed off the bat on this one, like you'll notice I try to make some comparisons to Sui Lalo while I'm explaining this attack because it is actually very similar. You just need to create a pathing, do your best with your heroes, and the rest will just immediately evaporate. We don't have to worry about sweepers. The town hall has to be just thought of as literally another building to take care of, and just gotta push through it, your Valkyries, and tank it. So just keep those two things in mind. Yeah, I just noticed that the clan castle can be easily pulled out over here, so I sacrificed a few super barbarians while also kind of settling a funnel so that I can definitely have my king take care of this area. Like it's two ricochet cannons. So I thought, okay, I might as well consider pushing my king into that area. Why not? So let's just have the queen deal with the clan castle out over here safely, and she's handling like this area of the funnel with the help of the super barbarians. I used quite a few, but it's fine. It is totally worth it. Then I will just use a remaining few over here. I saved two for the Valkyries, and yeah, we're gonna push our king over here. I dropped one of my druids by mistake over here, but it's not the end of the world. We can still manage because the funnel has been set for the heroes. So at least these guys will be able to push through very nicely. I believe I even dropped my jump spell over here just in case my king has the force to like push around over here, maybe even pull this poison tower. All in all, it's a pretty good deal. My queen is going to come around over here, and I thought in order to just preserve her health a little better, I dropped the siege barracks down over here. Now I'm sure you guys can see how this attack is shaping up. We've more or less taken care of this corner over here. All that's left is for me to kind of like funnel out this area over here, and then that is all I need. These are not root riders. I have Valkyries, they will target buildings, they don't care about defenses. So I just need to like clear out these buildings over here, and you'll see I do so with the help of my skeleton spell and a few Valkyries, not all of them. I think I deploy like 4 or 5 of them in this area, and that is enough. That is all I really need. I'll even give my royal champion a rage spell, so I'm not hesitating at all on giving her the support that she needs. And look at this, I've broken this one wall well in advance, and look at this, just look at how quickly this is gonna happen. The time on the replay is 1 minute and 2 seconds right now. I've dropped all of my Valkyries, I have no troops left whatsoever, and let's just see, 1 minute 2 seconds, and the Valkyries have entered the core. I've given a jump to provide access to literally all of this area, and look at that, like it's just so absurd. Like it's literally what I was saying, like these guys are all your damage. So in literally like a matter of 15 seconds we've erased the entire core. That is so ridiculous. Like your vulnerability lasts for like 9 seconds, 10 seconds. I don't know the exact number, please don't quote me on it, but the entire core has vanished in like 15 seconds. So if your vulnerability lasts for like the most of it, like what is even the point? Like you're in and out. So, and even after that, it's like even if your druids have expired, you have your heal tome to sustain the little damage that the last few defenses provide on the back end of the base. There's honestly nothing that can defend this. All you have to do is make sure that you can access around 75 to 80% of the base with the help of those two jump spells. So I noticed like if I just get a jump spell onto Town Hall on this one, it is a done deal. I just need to sacrifice enough of my funnel troops to ensure that my Valkyries can definitely get in there. and we made it work. It happened very, very beautifully. Even our queen joined in the group over there. I don't think she even reached the buildings before the Valkyries erased them, but it is just that cool. So this reminds me of Super Bowlers a little bit. It's just that they sacrifice the range that the Super Bowlers have for the insane point target defense damage that they have. So let's just go into some more examples. I just want to show you guys some more examples of just quickly evaporating the core. It is actually insane. Let's just get right into those. I've picked out a replay where I made quite a few mistakes, and that's just because I'm still only right now like starting this army. I picked it out on a whim. I did say I wanted to try out armies that are extremely unusual, but it's kind of like a showcase, kind of like a tutorial. Let's just go through it together. On this one, this is a very common style of base where we have like this rage tower compartment over here, and we've still got a heavy backend kind of isolated from the town hall. There's usually a supportive spell tower in the sense like it's an either like an invis or a poison by the town hall over here. So it's that typical base style. I'm sure you guys have seen it quite a few times, at least this design style. And obviously I'm thinking I that most of the damage is over here. So I should probably consider getting my Valkyries right in there. You can see it is very compact. My Valkyries will be able to easily erase most of that damage within the Warden ability duration itself. So in order to do that, I was just thinking I might as well like start from this corner over here. And depending on how my heroes branch out, I can either start my Valkyries from over here or from over here. It was as simple as that, at least to begin with. So for the timing, you'll notice like again I'm just sacrificing my super barbarians out over here, ice golem down. Um, just doing what I can to ensure, absolutely ensure that my king gets into the base over here. And that does in fact happen. So you'll notice what I actually try to do is I dropped a wall break over here. You'll see it like running over here. I wanted to open this compartment over here because I was confident my king could at least trigger the invis tower, if not take down the monolith altogether. So although I dropped it over there, it goes and targets this intersection wall for some reason, so I have to give up on the idea now. There's no shot that my king goes for that. I just drop a skeleton spell to save my queen from taking monolith fire, and look at the situation we're in. My king and my queen have split in weird directions. Like you can see, if things worked out as I intended it, my queen would have gone over here with the Valkyries, and she could have actually picked the town hall over the wall while in this compartment. So pretty solid plan. But now my queen is not following the king, and my king is not even triggering the invis tower. So it is a complete mess, and I have to think on the fly. I don't have too much time. So I've just deployed the rest of my super barbarians to start with my siege barracks and the royal champion as well in that corner. And look at this, we're just sending our Valkyries, literally having to sacrifice a jump just to enter this one compartment. It is so sad, but you know what will make it work. Even with the super dragon CC inside, you'll notice I have a poison lizard on my warden. And look at that, like once again, just see how quickly this happens. I've just frozen up most of the core. I tried to catch the super dragon, but I couldn't, and we are barely sustaining the heal, but we still managed to push through. Like it's super quick, it is just that simple. And yeah, poison lizard versus super dragon. Poison lizard wins that battle despite of the super dragon being raised up, and these valks have not died at all. They're still going so strong. Moreover, the royal champion had a nice blanket of protection going through the base over here. So like the Valkyries literally tanked the entire core, while the royal champion could easily sweep around, and we had our Pekkas and our wizards going around. So we had a nice like triple wave kind of thing going on. So like Valks, royal champion, our siegeback troops. So they all cross tanked for each other. Pretty much what I've been saying for Lalo, right? You just need to have that cross tanking down, and having that multitasking, I'm not sure what the right term would be, but like kind of just literally cross tanking is the best term across all of your troop types, just to ensure that you can absolutely handle that damage. With the reach tower pop, things went wrong, but we still got it. Like we had to sacrifice one jump spell literally over here as well, just to ensure the town hall does go down. But in the end, it was completely worth it. um, you guys saw, I don't have to comment on it too much. The cores just evaporate, and that is most of the base styles that we have to deal with nowadays. Yeah, let's just do some more examples. Another base that is actually very popular in higher legend league, um, as I mentioned in my Zaplalo video I released recently, it is usually a set of like not more than 7 or 8 bases that you find the base from. You'll find some variants of the base, but it's really not that complicated. So over here, it might seem a little unusual. Like it's a good spread of defenses. It is kind of a mix between an anti-2 and a box style base, because honestly, the spread of defenses in this curve over here is insane. It is just so much that we have to deal with. The town hall is relatively not as well protected, but you can see already what I'm going for over here. I'm trying to push my king into this set of defenses over here, and I'll go ahead and even give him a jump spell. You'll see, like, sometimes I give my king a jump spell, sometimes I'll give my valks a jump spell. Like, I mean to say, like, both of my jump spells for the valks, but it's flexible. It's completely flexible. It depends on the value that you're able to grab with your king. And most importantly, I do want to bring this out. Many of these clan castles are like ice golem CCs, so it's better that your heroes deal with it rather than your valks, because you only have so much of like an invincibility period that you can give your valkyries, and it's better that you don't deal with the ice golems with your valkyries. On some cases it is unavoidable and you can actually push through damage, but most of the time I recommend having your heroes deal with it. So yeah, now our queen is dealing with like most of this fire onto her, and it's a good time to consider just having like this cross tanking going on over here. So you'll notice like I have given this initial jump spell over here, because honestly our king and queen have funneled this part out, so giving a jump spell like this is not too harmful. It is kind of like giving us a good split over here and over here, and honestly, like this compartment is more or less the radius diameter of what a rage spell can handle like this. So it's perfectly fine that it's splitting around like this. So we have a bit of force going to the town hall, we have a bit of force handling like the ricochet cannon, the multi-inferno area over here. It's not too important, we are able to handle it regardless. So now you'll see I'm just gonna go ahead and give the rest of my spells to support the back end push over here. Queen is still having the ability intact because we started the Valkyries early. I was about to say Lalo, but because we started the Valkyries early enough, and just doing small things like that can give you that cross tanking you need to give your heroes that much more life. So it is very similar to Lalo in terms of timing, but in terms of pathing requirements, it is much more strict. Like you need to define the path carefully. You have to be accurate with your jump spells, and if you manage to do that, just look at this. There's so many troops. There's nothing that the base can do. It is completely busted. We still have the Pekkas and a lot of wizards from the siege barracks as well. Like I can't even talk about it. Like these Valkyries evaporate whatever it is that they walk into. Like the walls also after a certain point, they don't matter. They tank just so beautifully well for you that your royal champion, especially with the hog puppet, and you usually have like at least one rage spell and a few freezes. You can just easily handle the rest of the base. I show you guys another example where it's actually a spread out base and you can still do something like this. It is I don't know why Valkyries are this powerful in this meta. It's I don't know. I don't know if I should like laugh or cry, but I think you guys will understand once you see the next one. So let's just go into that as well. This base is a perfect example of why not using root riders is actually helpful, I would believe. I think there are some variants of this base where I've also seen like it is literally just three storages up in front over here, just to ensure that your root rider pathing is almost impossible to get to reach the core without like sufficient funneling on both sides. So, I was mentioning earlier, spread out base. You can see this core is like very dangerous for us to handle, but we have a solution for it. Remember, it is kind of like Sui Lalo, so you don't need to like have your heroes go with your spam like most root rider spam attacks do. But you will notice something over here. Like it is really simple. So we have two jump spells, and we also have three wall breakers. So if I just break these walls once, right, and I give a jump spell to go into the core, I can on one side give my king access, on the other side I can consider giving my Valkyries access. So at least that's a good starting point for the attack. As for setting up the rest of the funnel, I was thinking, you know what, since our king is going for this area, we can maybe have our royal champion come in over here. It seems like a light enough area. We can either give your royal champion over there or the siege barracks. But then I was like thinking, if I want to funnel out this area, the royal champion will not do the job correctly. So I saved the siege barracks for this area, and let's have the royal champion come in from the bottom. So you'll see how we're setting the funnel. So it's like We have the queen over here, we have the royal champion over here, and that pushes our king to go to the core, get the CC, pull it out, deal with it, maybe even pull that rage tower on the left. And similarly, this royal champion is doing like a double funnel. So she's not only funneling for the king, but she's also funneling for the Valkyries to come in on the right side over there. So you'll see like these super barbarians are nicely cleaning up on the outsides. I noticed there were some skeleton areas, skeleton traps over here, so I just gave like one or two Valkyries to the royal champion just to help her out. And look at this, guys. Like now, my Valkyries are all good to go for that core. What's gonna stop them? Like we've already triggered the entire left rage tower compartment. I just popped my warden ability early for now because I've these guys run ahead very quickly. You can see the warden is unable to keep up with them. It's the druids that keep up with them. The warden will eventually catch up, but the eternal tome is needed. So might as well catch the Valkyries while you can, and then allow the warden to like kind of like catch up when he possibly can. So this is what I was saying. Like these Valkyries, like we've busted open literally the entire base. Like everything is gone. Literally everything is gone. Royal Champion has been well preserved as well. And look at how I've dropped this one rage spell over here. This one rage spell over here. I have no more access to the town hall itself. I've already used both of my jump spells over here, but because we preserved our Valkyrie push so well, again, if you just rewind it, like the entire core probably went in like 15 or 20 seconds, not more than that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Look, these are supposed to be max level walls. They don't even exist anymore. It is so silly. This is what I was saying. I don't know whether I should laugh or cry. Like when you don't have any options left on the back end and you only have like literally one wall to push through, it does not matter. Those guys will break through it. They will reach the target and they will absolutely smash it just like this. So we managed to save our Royal Champion ability all the way to the very end, and we could easily use it way after the Town Hall explosion actually went through. It's I can't call it simple, but I will say it is very overpowered. In terms of difficulty, I find it a little similar to like Super Bowlers because of how strict you need to funnel the Valkyries, but after you do that, again, just like Super Bowlers, just get those rages down and oh my god, it is destruction. What I like is that these guys somehow have better survivability than Super Bowlers. I don't know why. And they can just I literally showed you guys that those walls don't even exist anymore. They just quickly chew through them. You can see like literal like these individual points. They do it together, which is what really helps them, and there's just so many that you easily preserve. So not much more to really say. Let's just do one more attack and we'll call this video a wrap. Another one of these styles of base where we have that packed rage tower compartment, kind of a little separated from the town hall, and we have the monolith also protecting the town hall. I'm sure we can also imagine there would be a Tesla farm around this monolith. There's no way there is no Tesla farm around this monolith. It's got the storages, it has the wizard towers to deal with skeleton spells that you could possibly drop, it has the telltale signs for those traps around the monolith. But enough about that. I think we all know where we want our Valkyries to get into. It is this compartment over here, and if we manage to do that, again, I'm just gonna do it again. I'm gonna pause right before the Valkyries get in. We'll look at how long it takes to evaporate the core, and I guess we'll just laugh together probably. So I think one core mechanic I've noticed is you can try to equate your attack style similar to how you would do Sui Lalo. But again, we don't have to care about defensive pathing. We can actually be happy that the walls are restricting the pathing and we can control the pathing to some extent. So definitely have some control on how you want to path your troops. And yeah, you can see over here we have plenty of super barbarians to help with the funnel. It even helps that we get the CC pull onto our king right over here. So no, we can't ask for much more than this. We're getting a free town hall kill. The monolith is gone. The poison tower will get pulled. The town hall will go down. Honestly, cannot ask for much more than that. It gets a little shaky because looks like my king wants to get stuck in this corner for a while, and then he's gonna deal with those ice golem CCs. So yeah, it looks a little shaky. I'm not gonna lie, but either way, it's the same formula. The queen is coming in on the side over here. We will have the Valkyries punch in. Notice this is also an important data if I forgot to mention. I have to get this jump spell down before this mortar goes down. Otherwise, my Valkyries will run outside over here. I'm not kidding. This is what I was talking about with respect to that strict funnel requirement. You have to make sure the access is ready for your Valkyries before they get rid of the few buildings that are there in front of them. Like, look at how quickly, even without the rage spell, they will just keep chewing through. So you can see the replay. The replay ends in 1 minute. Like, there's literally 66% of the base left, and there's 58 seconds left on the clock. So let's just see together how quickly this core of the base goes down. Yeah, looks like I think the king will barely be able to get the town hall, and just as I said that, literally 10 seconds, literally 10 seconds, that's all it took. And that entire core is just literally gone. We still have the second jump spell to push into the back over here, and our royal champion is literally still starting out over here. We started the Valkyries and the royal champion at the same time, but my royal champion was still stuck over here when my Valkyries have already gone and are trying to get out of the base. It is, what do I say? What do I say? I'm just stunned. I don't understand how this troop is even a legal thing. I guess it is a little skill based. It is a little difficult to time things, but once you get it down, trust me, having two jump spells is usually enough to push through most of the base. You'll notice, like, this time I've given some examples of using both of them on the Valkyries. Sometimes it's one for the king and one for the Valkyries, but if you're able to push your Valkyries the same way I'm showing you guys in these replays, I don't even need to say much more. Like, it is that broken. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this unusual first army that I'm trying to bring to you guys. I will continue with it. Maybe I'll put out a few more tutorials for it, and yeah, let's just keep it going. So hope you guys did enjoy this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.